Good evening and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our New York studio. I'm Victoria Lane. U.S. lawmakers have raised serious concerns over the Iran war strategy of President Donald Trump, following a classified congressional briefing. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy described the administration's approach as incoherent and incomplete, saying there appears to be no clearly defined objective such as regime change or the dismantling of Iran's nuclear program. Several lawmakers warned the conflict risks evolving into a prolonged military engagement that could eventually require the deployment of American ground troops. Concerns were not limited to Democrats. Republican Senator Rand Paul also questioned whether Iran poses an imminent threat to the United States, urging caution before expanding military involvement in the region. Saudi Arabia's Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan bin Abdullah has held a phone conversation with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio to discuss the escalating tensions across the Middle East. According to the Saudi press agency, the two leaders reviewed what they described as continued Iranian aggression against Saudi Arabia and neighboring countries. They also discussed possible ways to address the situation while ensuring the kingdom's national security and the safety of its citizens and residents. During the call, Prince Faisal also welcomed the United States' decision to designate the Sudan branch of the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization, reaffirming Saudi Arabia's support for initiatives aimed at strengthening regional stability. A container ship has been struck by an unidentified projectile off the coast of the United Arab Emirates. The United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations reported the attack occurred roughly 50 nautical miles northwest of Dubai, amid rising tensions across the Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz. Authorities say the crew members are safe, and there has been no environmental damage reported so far. The incident marks the second vessel targeted in the region in recent days, raising new concerns about the safety of global shipping routes. For more on maritime security concerns in the region, we go now to our correspondent James Wood in London.
Maritime security agencies in the Gulf are increasingly on alert following a series of attacks on commercial vessels near the Strait of Hormuz. The United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations says it is closely monitoring developments as ships continue to transit one of the world's most critical energy shipping routes. Analysts warn that even isolated strikes can disrupt global trade and trigger higher insurance and shipping costs for vessels operating in the region. Shipping companies are being advised to exercise heightened caution while passing through the Gulf. With tensions between regional powers already high, any further incidents at sea could intensify international concerns about stability in the waterway.
Our thanks to James Wood reporting from London. China has meanwhile expressed strong opposition to attacks targeting Gulf countries. Speaking at a press briefing, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Guo Jiakun said Beijing does not agree with any strikes on the region and condemned indiscriminate attacks against civilians and non-military targets. The statement comes as tensions in the Gulf threaten key shipping lanes and raise concerns among international partners. China is calling for restraint and renewed diplomatic dialogue, urging all sides to seek a peaceful resolution in order to prevent further escalation. Australia has also taken precautionary steps as the regional situation continues to deteriorate. The government has closed its embassies in Abu Dhabi and Tel Aviv, as well as its consulate in Dubai. Foreign Minister Penny Wong told Parliament that at least 9 cities hosting Australian diplomatic missions have recently faced missile and drone attacks. She warned that Iran's reprisal strikes are continuing on what she described as an unprecedented scale and could intensify further. Dependents of Australian diplomatic staff in both the United Arab Emirates and Israel have been instructed to leave for safety. In another development, a third vessel has now been struck by an unidentified projectile near the Strait of Hormuz. The United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations confirmed the bulk carrier was also hit roughly 50 nautical miles northwest of Dubai. As with the earlier incidents, authorities say the crew members remain safe, and there has been no environmental damage reported. The latest attack adds to mounting concerns over maritime security in one of the world's most vital shipping corridors. And finally, Israeli jets have conducted an airstrike near the Rayak-Baalbek highway in eastern Lebanon. According to reports from Al Jazeera citing Lebanon's national news agency, the strike targeted an area along the key route, though details about casualties or damage have not yet been confirmed. The incident adds to growing tensions along the Israel-Lebanon border amid wider regional instability. Authorities in the area say they continue to monitor the situation closely as developments unfold. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Victoria Lane.